With the North Dakota focus now, are you looking to turn the page from obviously FTX? Are you moving on?
Of course. I mean, FTX turned its own page. The judge has told everybody involved to stop talking to each other. So we're not going to hear a lot of news out of that. I don't think there's going to be any dialogue at all except recovery. The whole narrative at FTX now is about recovery. If there's one silver lining on this whole FTX thing, it's the fact that it poked the bear in Washington. I'm getting countless calls from senators and congressmen and women who are interested in pushing the agenda on policy and regulation around digital payment systems first. And so I think what's going to happen here is we're going to be in a much better place within 12 to 14 months because it's a bipartisan effort. Finally, we've got people that are saying, look, we got to stop having these companies blow up. Since you and I last talked, Genesis filed for bankruptcy. They're going to keep going bankrupt because they're so full of rogue players and no-do-gooders and, fraudsters and all this stuff. Everybody's tired of it. It's just setting back the potential of what crypto and digital payment systems could be. So my guess is, Danielle, I bet you I'm going to be right on this, within 3 years, you're going to see that all of these rogue players and these unregulated, decentralized, exchanges and all this crap is going to be gone. And the players that are here today won't be around because they don't know how to make money in a regulated environment. It's going to be the new disciplined players that come out of the banking system that run the crypto markets, and they'll work within compliance. And it'll be something that'll grow, and I believe will still become the 12th sector of the S&P. But I think our rogue days are behind us. Maybe 3 or 4 or 5 more bankruptcies just to clean it out with all the terrible managers and fraudsters. They'll all be gone. Then everything else will be cleared out, scrape the, like a patina, all the garbage will be gone, and then we can move forward.
After the impressive rally in January, Bitcoin seems to be taking a breather in February. This is a positive sign because vertical rallies are rarely sustainable. A minor dip could shake out the nervous longs and provide an opportunity for long-term investors to add to their positions. Hello and welcome to Crypto Street. In today's video, Shark Tank Investing Kevin O'Leary updates about his outlook for Bitcoin in 2023. Kevin also breaks down the importance of regulatory clarity in the space and how it will drive the future of institutional adoption in crypto.
There's no longer communication. Are you not speaking to SBF? Have there's been any communication with him?
No, not at all. I don't think SBF is allowed to talk to anybody anymore, nor any of the management of FTX. The judges shut all that down. The narrative is really about what's going on in the 1.2 billion plus 400 million plus 4.2 billion. These are the amounts that have been found in various jurisdictions. Everybody's talking about, okay, how do we allocate that now to the account holders, the equity holders, if anything? So, I think FTX is behind us. Everybody kind of knows what happened there. I don't think you're going to hear much out of it for a couple of years. I think people are looking at these lawsuits the SEC just put on. They're suing a few of these exchanges. Justice is after a couple. There's some audits going on. Genesis bankruptcy. There's always going to be someone going to zero for a while. So I think the narrative, the market's not even looking at that stuff anymore, Danielle. What's going on are people are focusing on AI. This whole ChatGPT, the Microsoft acquisition, that's where the new focus of the market is in what's next.
The opinion remains divided, however, on whether Bitcoin has bottomed out or not. Some analysts expect the rally to reverse direction and nosedive below the November low, while others believe the markets will continue to move up and frustrate the traders who are waiting to buy at lower levels. In an interview with Cointelegraph, Morgan Creek Capital Management founder and CEO Mark Isko said the crypto summer could begin as early as the second quarter of this year. He expects risk assets to turn bullish if the United States Federal Reserve signals that it will slow down or pause interest rate hikes. Another potential bullish catalyst for Bitcoin is the block reward halving in 2024.
Look, I know Charlie's position on it. I love that guy because he's a cash flow guy, but that's never going to happen. Bitcoin's never going to go away. Crypto is software. There's nothing nefarious about software. Software didn't do anything wrong. It's the people that were abusing it, misusing it, and frauding with it, and the bad actors. They're going to be gone. I mean, I agree with making them illegal, but not the actual technology, which is very advanced. I'll give you a use case that I think you'd appreciate. This just happened to me this week. So I'm a big watch collector.
Yeah.
And there's a new hot watchmaker that just emerged in Switzerland named Simon Brielle. He is smoking hot. He made 12 production watches and then 5 special prototypes. These are going to be what I think he's the next FP Journe. Now, the ability to get one of these pieces, to get one of those 5, he's only going to sell number 3 and 4. So you have to be accepted as a collector. He has to know with certainty that you're going to honor his brand. He's like Picasso. So
Wow, where did he come from?
He came out. He was a watchmaker, an apprentice watchmaker, and then he started showing some tendencies towards tremendous style, unbelievable dials, incredible, never seen before pieces of art, stunning, all kinds of innovations that no one's ever seen. Like the gears are made of shark teeth, or they look like little shark teeth working together. Of course, that fits for me, being a shark and all that, but also incredible polishing techniques and this new modeling with gold on the dial, which is unbelievable. The point is, to get that piece, you have to be accepted, and there's only 2 for sale. The first one went to a minister in the United Arab Emirates who's a friend of mine, so he went on my behalf to Simon and introduced me. We did a long 1-hour Zoom. I gave my case. Anyways, I won the ability. I won that number 4. So number 3 and 4, I have number 4. Now I have to pay him. I have to put my down deposit on. So
you have to make a pitch.
I had to pitch. I had to get on my knees, Danielle, and beg for the piece. I had to beg for the piece.
Oh my goodness.
He accepted me. Now I have to transfer the capital, which is material. Now get this. The SWIFT system, I take US dollars. I got to transfer it to a bank in Zurich. 3 days.
Right.
They got my money for 3 days. They're not paying me any interest. Then I got to transfer the USD into Swiss francs. I get clipped 20 basis points there. And then I got to pay Simon. I'm getting totally screwed. Now, if I had...
But you don't care.
Well, I care because I realize if I could just use a digital payment system like USDC or any other one that was regulated, I could send it to in 1 second and say, that's why this innovation is going to happen. And I'm just one use case, but the point is these senators, these governors, now Toomey has retired. We knew he was carrying the digital football until Jan 3rd. Now we have Haggerty's team. He's picking up the baton, and I think he's going to become the go-to senator, kind of hockey sticking through the House. So I'm hoping that we'll get some policy in the next 9-12 months. We'll see.
Slow, the market cap of Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency, was around $438.85 billion, with a dominance of about 41.55%, according to CoinMarketCap. Following BTC's quick expansion, the markets experienced a number of short-term ranges, which were then followed by additional upward momentum. Last Sunday, BTC had higher than typical volatility as the markets tried to break above the range. This attempt was unsuccessful because it quickly fell back inside range.
I look at it this way. If you look at the frequency and the size of these hikes, now we have 25 basis points, and the market is widely anticipating another 25, then maybe one more 25. So no matter how you look at it, in hedging your bets, we're 2/3 through the process. So we're in the back end of hikes. Now the question is, do we get a down print on payroll anytime soon? The minute you see that, the Fed will pause. And so there's a chance, and it's no better than 50-50, that this is the last rate hike for a while. And that's what the market's anticipating. So you're going to see a lot of fibrillation on valuations, both on fixed income and on equities, trying to determine is that and was that the last hike, or is there more to come? Now, what we don't know yet, because earnings reports have been pretty good, just the print from Meta yesterday was, nothing less than phenomenal. And so at the end of the day here, we haven't really seen the grind into the market of lack of momentum in sales and then margin and then earnings. That's anticipated to be coming. So I think it's going to be very interesting this year. My anticipation for terms of what we'll get in returns are going to be around 6% from equity. And I'm talking the whole year. And another 2% from div yield or distribution. So an 8% year, which is kind of right in the middle of what you anticipate. Look at the data back from 1954 when they started tracking venture capital. And this fund, this initiative for North Dakota is pure venture. It's startups, it's paid, going into early stage, round A, round B companies. And there's a good reason to do that. But think about the data. It says that since 1954, when they started tracking this, 68 years ago, almost 95% of venture capital occurred either around Silicon Valley in California or around MIT in Massachusetts. Now, those are the worst states in the union to do business in. Why would you ever put money into Elizabeth Warren's land, where she punishes you for success, where you get super taxed the minute you start making any money? Or California, which isn't even in business. I would never put money into either of those states, nor New York. I just took a big project out of upstate New York that was going to be powered out of back of the meter in Niagara Falls. It's so messed up. Their policy's so terrible. We moved it to Norway. Same thing with New Jersey. The place to do business are in these flyover states that have become very competitive. And the secret sauce is what we were just talking about. Today, 40% of your employees, I don't care what sector you're in, any of the 11 sectors of the S&P, 40%, between 30 and 40, are going to work remotely. So you can put your headquarters anywhere. So why not stick it in Fargo, where I have fantastic policy, fantastic regulations, pro-business governor in Bergam, low taxes, and an environment where they want business. They don't hate you. They want you there. And so that's what we're doing. We're running a mandate. The first 45 million or the next 45 million we're putting into North Dakota. We're telling every company anywhere, you want to build up more resources? Let's do it in North Dakota, where we have the second largest Microsoft campus, one of the largest manufacturing facilities for biotech and vaccines, massively educated workforce, great standard of living, access to schools. It's a beautiful place, a huge arts community, so much to do. Bismarck, Fargo. There's only 750,000 people in the state. It's the fourth largest GDP per capita, and it's going to become the first in the next 3 years because they have mountains of energy. I love this place. It's absolutely fantastic. So why would I give anything to Elizabeth Warren? Why would I leave anything there so she can punish me for success? Nah, I'm going to Fargo. That's the plan. Florida works, Texas works, Montana works, South Dakota works. Anywhere except where they hate business. That's the new strategy. Competition of states.
Yeah.
So, is it a good time to invest in Bitcoin? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you soon with the next video. Thank you so much for watching.